If you are a single woman or you're just newly dating, I want to caution you to stop fantasizing about your wedding day if you have not yet done these three things. My name is Asha. I help women in their 30s and 40s who have struggled with dating and healthy relationships to date successfully in order to attract meaningful love. One of the things that I often see happening is either a woman is single or they've just started dating someone and they have this big fantasy about their wedding and their wedding day. And you know what? There isn't anything wrong with that, but I just want to caution you that before you get ahead of yourself and focus a lot or too much energy on just this potential one day, that there are some other things that you need to be looking at before this wedding fantasy. So number one, don't fantasize your wedding if you haven't thought about what your life with your partner is going to look like on a day-to-day. So let's face it, most of a healthy relationship is going to be lived in the monotony. So the day-to-day, the shall I even venture to say boring, is the healthiest type of relationship. So you want to look at what does it look like when you wake up in the morning. If you're going to have kids, who's going to take the kids to school? Who's going to make breakfast? Who's going to mow the lawn? Who's going to wash the dishes? What do you do in the evenings when you come home from work? Do you talk about your day? My sort of secret sauce that I always throw into that is I encourage my students to visualize what that day-to-day looks like. So take away the visualization of the wedding and visualize instead your life together, because that's what's going to be most of the living, right? The wedding is literally one day, but after that, what's left and what do you have? And that's where you want to be focusing the majority of your energy, in making sure that your relationship on a day-to-day basis is something that you feel safe in, that you love, that you enjoy, and that is actually meaningful. So really take some time and again, visualize, close your eyes, write that down. What do you want those days to look like? Not the one day, the one wedding day. What do you want those days to look like? So days will turn into weeks, which will turn into months, which will turn into years, which will turn into decades. So as you're spending decades with this person, what does that actually look like to you when it's cold outside, when it's winter? Does he start the car for you and warm things up? Does he shovel? Who does the grocery shopping? Who's doing the cooking? Maybe you're cooking together. Maybe on the weekend you're visiting your parents or your family members or your close friends. So these are the things that you should actually be focusing on, as opposed to the glitz and glam of one wedding day. And then what does that come down to, right? It's like it comes down to the person. Who is the person that you are choosing? This brings me to point number two. Who is the person that you're choosing, and are you choosing them for the right reasons? A lot of women today tell me that there are no good men left. Where are all the great men? And the fact is, you are overlooking them because they are right there. And the reason you're overlooking them is because you are choosing people based on the wrong criteria. And that is something that we have to do when we do our inner work, to kind of shift the type of people that we are attracted to and who are attracted to us. But instead of fantasizing about the wedding day and the glitz and glam of the wedding day, focus on the person that you are choosing to spend your life with. Who is this person that you're going to be spending those days, months, weeks, years, and decades with? And are you choosing them for the right reason? So here are some of the things that you should be looking for. Are you looking at his character? So a lot of times, again, we are looking at the wrong things. So we're looking at the kind of job he has. How much money does he make? Of course, you need to find someone who has a job. I think that goes without saying, but I'll state it so that it's clear. Yes, you're looking for somebody with a job, but it's not about his title, how much money he makes. Are you looking at, the kind of car he drives? Are you looking at, or is he good looking? Yes, I think you should find somebody that you're attracted to, but that doesn't necessarily mean standard society looks of a good looking person, right? So are you paying attention to potential red flags, or are you blinded by, again, some of those surface things? So what I always teach my students is you want to look at character. And when you look for character, you're going to start to notice the people that you may not have paid attention to before because you were always looking for surface things. So what does character look like? That looks like kindness. Is he a kind person? Is he a reliable person? Does he have integrity? Does he do the right thing when no one's looking? How does he treat the people around him? How does he treat his family members? How does he treat the person that's serving you when you go out for a meal? These are the things that you need to be taking the time to observe, as opposed to your head in the clouds, fantasizing about a wedding. And it's not just about values. I know people talk about values, and I do think values are important, but you can have somebody who has similar values but is not of good character. So I can't continue to repeat that enough. You need to look at the character traits that are important as a person. And then, do you like this person? If you're going to be spending the next several decades with this person, it's not even just about love. Love is a given, but do you like this person? Do you even like their company? If you're just sitting in your living room when you're getting old, he's sitting over there, you're sitting over here, can you exist in that space with them without even saying a word because you just love that person's company? And that's the kind of experience that I am having now, of just, I love his company. So he can be over there doing something, I can be over here, and I just love existing in the space with him. And that's where you want to be able to get to. And lastly, I just want to mention one last thing. So we've kind of talked about what is he going to bring into that relationship in terms of his character and being a person of strong character. But what are you bringing into the relationship? So I want to also emphasize, as my third point, that you want to make sure that you're coming into the relationship as a full and whole person. Sometimes we are looking to a relationship that when it comes, that's when we'll finally be happy. And I know you might hear this, but it's really important to take in that we cannot wait for a relationship to make us happy. We have to bring that happiness in ourselves and bring that to a relationship. So how do we do that? That's you knowing what makes you happy. It's you knowing who you are as a person. What are the things that you're passionate about? Are you living in your purpose? Are you living in the things that you're supposed to be able to do to make this world and make the people around you better? So make sure that you also take time to explore yourself, to examine yourself. I'm a big proponent of taking the time to journal. Journaling is a great time for self-reflection and looking at who you are, for that introspection as a person. So what are the things that you love? What are the things that you enjoy? When we're so focused on fantasizing about that wedding or fantasizing about a relationship, we sometimes lose the things that brought us joy. So it's really important that you cultivate that joy from the inside, whether it's just looking at the things that you used to enjoy doing, maybe that you've neglected. What are some hobbies perhaps that you used to do? What are some maybe projects, something creative? What have you done maybe to give back to the people around you or give back to your community? So make sure that you are coming to this relationship as a full and whole and happy person, and that you're not looking to extract happiness from that relationship, that you're bringing it. And of course that you're expecting another person to bring it to the relationship, that you are also bringing that to the relationship for yourself. So again, instead of fantasizing about that one day, think about what do all of the days string together look like. And I mean, no relationship is going to be perfect, but you want for, 80 to 90% of the time that it's going to be a pleasant, happy, meaningful, fulfilling experience, because you have taken the time to think about what you want that relationship to look at day by day, that you've taken the time to vet the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. You've not ignored the red flags, but that you've taken the time to observe that person's character, and not what they bring on the surface, but what they bring from the inside of the person that he is. And then lastly, that you are coming to the table as a full, whole, and happy person. And if you're able to do these three things, I think that you'll be on your way to, yes, if you've done all this, then go for it. Think about the day that you're going to get married, but don't let that overshadow what the everyday is going to look like after the day's over and the dust has settled. Are you going to be in a happy, meaningful relationship that lasts the test of time? Hopefully this was helpful for you. Let me know what you think. Have you been somebody that fantasizes about a wedding without looking at what comes after? Would love to hear from you. Please share this with somebody that you think might find value in it, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.